This is Lenny Kravitz, a 59-year-old music icon and multiple Grammy Award winner, with flawless swag and toned abs like those of a 25-year-old model. The flyaway hitmaker has had a fulfilling musical career, selling over 40 million albums worldwide. Considering his age and grueling rockstar schedule, Kravitz has absolutely no right to be given body the way he does. But somehow, he's been able to do it graciously and effortlessly. In today's video, we'll take a deep dive into Lenny Kravitz's lifestyle to reveal the secrets behind his timeless looks and ageless stature. At the end of this video, you'll be armed with all the tips you need to improve your health and have the same banging body as one of the world's most celebrated rock stars ever. Biography. Leonard Albert Kravitz, or Lenny Kravitz for short, is a legendary musical act with over 30 years of experience under his belt. He was born on the 26th of May 1964 in Manhattan, New York, to actress Roxy Rocker and NBC News producer Cy Kravitz. From hindsight, it seems like he was destined to become a superstar. Late American actress Cicely Tyson was his godmother, and Diane Carroll was his honorary nephew. Music career. Kravitz's love for music began at the age of 7 after watching the Jacksons pop band perform. From that very moment on, he became obsessed with span soul, jazz, Motown, and rock music, largely inspired by the songs of great musical acts like James Brown, Marvin Gaye, Miles Davis, Aretha Franklin, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, Curtis Mayfield, and many others. But like most success stories, Kravitz had his challenges. Early on in his career, he was told that his brand of music wasn't black enough or white enough to be marketable. Still, he stayed true to the course and recorded a trial album under the pseudonym Romeo Blue, but that didn't gather as much publicity as he'd had loved. So, he rebranded himself as Lenny Kravitz and released his debut album Let Love Rule in 1989. This time, he got the reaction and result he wanted. The album became an instant hit and became popular as one of the biggest rising stars of the music industry. 2 years later, Lenny Kravitz launched his second album named Mama Said, featuring famous hit songs like Always on the Run and It Ain't Over Till It's Over. Following the release of this album, Kravitz's fame spread across the United States, even extending to the ends of the earth. And deservedly, he claimed his first Grammy Award for Best Male Rock Vocal Performance. Some of his other hit songs include Are You Gonna Go My Way, Believe, Fly Away, American Woman, and I Belong to You. And after 3 decades of delivering high-quality music and selling over 40 million records worldwide, Kravitz is regarded as a music icon. Away from his music and fame, Lenny has a passion for helping people. He has ongoing works with different philanthropy organizations like UNICEF, and he does some personal charity work that largely goes under the radar. Love life. Kravitz keeps a low profile when it comes to his love life, but he was married to actress Lisa Bonet between 1987 and 1993. The pair fell in love while working together on The Cosby Show. He's also rumored to have had other high-profile romantic affairs with model Adriana Lima, actress-singer Vanessa Paradis, and Nicole Kidman. Kravitz also had an interesting relationship with this lady here. As you can see, she has the same silk skin and eloquent smile as the 5'7" tall music superstar. If you didn't look well, you might be tempted to think they're siblings, but they're not. The elegant damsel you see right here is 34-year-old Zoe Isabella Kravitz, the only offspring of Lenny Kravitz. Like her father, Zoe has found herself stuck with the entertainment industry. But rather than following her dad's musical footsteps, she has made a name for herself in acting, featuring in movies like X-Men First Class, the Lego Batman movie, Mad Max Fury Road, and the Divergent series. Diet. Now back to the main protagonist of our story, Lenny Kravitz. Despite being an old fox, the legendary rock star has maintained a sleek and timeless stature throughout the years. It's almost as if he's not aging. He pays special attention to his health and swears by a diet that's as healthy as his music. His diet contains a lot of unprocessed, uncooked, and primarily plant-based foods. The trend of eating raw foods is actually on the rise, and while this might sound weird, consuming raw foods has its health benefits. According to reports, the process of cooking takes away some of the nutrients in our food. In broccoli, for instance, around 30% of the nutrient is lost during cooking. That extra 30% is what most people like Lenny Kravitz and many others enjoy when they eat raw food. But Kravitz has a flexible eating habit that allows him to mix things up. The legendary musician starts off his morning with a freshly blended smoothie containing fruits like bananas, mangoes, and berries. Occasionally, he'd sprinkle in almond milk or coconut water to add some creamy taste to the smoothie. On days that he doesn't feel like gulping smoothies, he opts for oats with chia seeds, almond milk, and fresh fruits to keep his system energized till lunchtime. Lenny Kravitz also loves himself some fresh fruit salad, raw nuts, and seeds. When he wants a crunchy early meal, he bites down on some raw vegan granola mixed with almond milk or coconut yogurt. For lunch, Kravitz prefers a well-prepared salad with a splash of different flavors. And the preparation method is such that anyone can recreate it. Like a conductor orchestrating a musical symphony, Lenny Kravitz starts the process with a plate of leafy greens. Then, he adds a variety of veggies and fruits to add color and flavor to the meal. However, the whole thing comes together when he introduces his self-made recipe of olive oil, lemon juice, and special spices. When he wants something more substantial, Lenny opts for some raw vegan sushi rolls with creamy avocado, nicely cut cucumber, and several fresh veggies and herbs. Otherwise, he could make himself a sizzling pasta dish from zucchini noodles. His cookbook is filled with several recipes for making different types of food, but the raw vegan zucchini lasagna ranks as one of his most favorite meals. Sometimes he spreads some raw tomato sauce and cashew cheese over it. This gives it that extra spice and flavor that you wouldn't find in regular meals. And on nights when things get really chilled, Kravitz might decide to go for something different, like a spicy vegan soup bursting with different natural food ingredients like veggies and herbs. His obsession with good food doesn't end only in the kitchen. The 59-year-old superstar owns a mansion in the Bahamas where he's dedicated his whole backyard to growing plants like lemons, okra, cucumber, sugar apples, and soursop. A great blessing of living here in the Bahamas is that I get to grow my own food. Kravitz said in a cover interview for Men's Health, "I'm very careful about what I put into my body and how I take care of my body. It's a combination of eating all these things and working out and keeping my muscles and my joints in shape so that I can do what I do." Interestingly, medical and scientific research has proven many times in the past that plant-based diets improve the health and fitness of humans. So perhaps it shouldn't surprise us that Lenny Kravitz is basking in the euphoria of his well-toned skin and eye-catching abs even at his present age. Judging by his food choices, you can easily tell that Lenny Kravitz has a unique taste in food, just like his music, health, fitness, and skincare routine. And you could say the same thing about his fitness as well. At the time of making this video, Kravitz is worth a staggering $80 million. But he prides himself on living a simple lifestyle, and he applies this mantra to every aspect of his life. His fitness and skincare routine costs just about a few $100s. Can you even believe that? One would think he spends a ton of cash to maintain his flawless looks. By his own admission, Kravitz claims he washes his face often with water, and when he's in the Bahamas, he scrubs it with sand from the ocean because it's very fine and powdery. Well, not everyone can afford a trip to the Bahamas, not to talk of visiting the beach or owning an apartment there, but fortunately, his other skincare routine is a lot more affordable. During an interview with Vanity Fair, the ageless musician confirmed that he applies things like coconut oil, shea butter, and cocoa butter on his body. All of these organic products that any average person can afford. He also adds that he washes his hair, body, and clothes with Dr. Brommer's almond soap, which interestingly costs between $9 to $65. Ironically, Lenny Kravitz's fitness regime doesn't involve running on a treadmill or jacking any of the modern gym equipment. In fact, he prefers to work out in the open rather than in a gym. By preference, he sticks to the old-fashioned dumbbells, weight plates, and bench presses. This has been a part of his training routine from way back in the 90s. A typical day in his life would start with some intense fasted cardio sessions in the mornings, a little bit of weightlifting during the day, and more cardio just before he heads to bed at night. All of these, combined with a healthy habit of drinking lots of water, is what has turned Lenny Kravitz into the timeless and ageless musical god that he is today. And the good thing about all of this is you too can do it. I mean, if a man that's been exposed to luxury all his life can pull this off even in his late 50s, then anyone can. All you need to do is find a routine that works for you and stay committed to it, even on your off days, and who knows, you might just be on your way to having the same sizzling hot body as one of the most celebrated rock stars in the world.